Good morning, spin enthusiasts. We had our first competition this weekend, and now my sleep schedule got off because I went to bed at like 6 o'clock last night and then got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, one of the questions you guys keep asking me about is this like whole 3 tiers of color guard performers thing, and like how do we move through those? So I mentioned before that you can actually move performers up from tier 1 to tier 2. All you have to do is make color guard fun. Like, just make it fun. Just make sure they're enjoying themselves and having a good time. And they're gonna go from these kids who are like just trying it out to like these kids who are excited about it. These kids who are like, oh yeah, color guard, that's the thing. Like, I know what it is and I really enjoy doing it. It's a fun time and can't wait to go to practice. You know, a lot of those kids will start saying like, practice is the only place that I'm like accepted at school or whatever, things like that. What you cannot do, you cannot put kids from tier 2 to tier 3. You just can't do it. You can give them routes that they can take to go from tier 2 to tier 3, but you cannot push them that way. Tier 1 to tier 2 kids, you can push them, you can pull them, you can draw them in, you can move them up. You can draw kids in to being tier 1 just by attracting them to color guard in the first place, making it interesting, making it something that they want to try out maybe, but you can't put them from tier 2 to tier 3. So what do we do then? What you need to do is show them the routes to go from tier 2 to tier 3, and then give them the opportunity to take those routes themselves. So one of the routes is individual practicing at home. You can encourage them to practice at home. I would say making them practice at home is really hard. I wouldn't necessarily try to do that, but encouraging them to practice at home, making it sort of a team standard that everyone practices at home is really good. We do video assignments at Spintronics where students are practicing at home and filming it. Whether they're actually doing them or not is their own personal choice, but they do get points for doing them. They just don't get any sort of punishment for not doing them. And then, you know, showing them how they can learn new skills. The YouTube channel, the Spintronics YouTube channel, is a huge resource, and there are a lot of students who've gone from that tier 2 of just enjoying color guard and having fun with it to the tier 3 of being like a hardcore, die-hard professional practicing all the time because they had the resources to do it at home, to investigate it on their own and not have someone constantly like pushing them to do it. So basically with the tier 2 to tier 3, you just need to show them the way, and then they need to decide that's what they want to do. And these kids are going to take a lot of things into consideration when they're making that decision to become a die-hard color guard performer, to become like this obsessive, constantly practicing, constantly improving person. And they're going to think about their home life. They're going to think about like their guard family, and the culture that they find there is the culture that they find conducive to their life. Is their life conducive to that culture? There are some people who simply cannot exist within both worlds obsessively. So if they're really, really into like for me, I had the issue of biology when I was growing up. I loved biology. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and like, how could I make biology and color guard coexist? They ran into each other all the time, but you know, I took it into consideration. I figured it out. I got a schedule that worked for me that let me do both. So that's something that they're gonna take into consideration. If you're a student out there and you are just in love with color guard, but you're not sure if you want to continue doing it for the rest of your life. Maybe you don't know if you want to do it after high school. Maybe you don't know if you want to do it after college. I'm going to tell you right now, you can continue to do color guard for your entire life if that's what you love and what you want to do. If you push yourself to become that tier 3 level of performer. And I'm not talking about skill level. When I talk about these tiers, it's not like beginning, intermediate, and advanced. It's your approach to how you do color guard, how you practice, and how you take it with you everywhere you go. So hopefully this has helped some of you guys. Let me know in the comments. I got some more topics for the rest of the week, so I will definitely see you tomorrow. Bye.